Hey GGs, have you ever wondered if you could take a minor in marketing, or maybe if you can go ahead and switch from an English to a French program, or simply you just want to know if you're choosing the right program? We'll be discussing all that and more in this video, so stay tuned. Hi everybody, if you don't remember me, my name is Zaina Shea. I'm in my 4th year of psychology French immersion, and I am the new YouTube English host this year. That means I'll be answering all of your questions about different topics over the next couple of months, every other Thursday. So let's get started. So the first question is, why did you choose your program? So if you missed it, last week we did post a video of different ambassadors from different faculties talking about why they decided to choose UOttawa and why they chose their program. So that would be right here. But for me, I'm in BA Psychology French Immersion. First and foremost, I chose UOttawa because I wanted to continue speaking French. I've been speaking French for 12 years prior, so it was a no-brainer to continue speaking French at the university level. And I chose psychology because I liked that it was so interdisciplinary in the sense that I was able to study different forms of psychology. So you had personality, you had social psychology, child psychology, which is something I'm really interested in. But I was able to get a taste of everything and kind of curate my degree to my interests. So after you have your mandatory courses, you honestly have a plethora of courses that you can choose from for psychology. And that's one tip I would definitely tell students is check over the courses that you would take in your degree, see if that interests you. And that's one thing I definitely did. And I found that UOttawa had the courses that I really wanted to take. And that's why I chose to come here. Our next question comes from @NazSpam, and they're asking, do all programs have co-op and how is co-op? So 108 of our programs here at the University of Ottawa have co-op involved, and what co-op is essentially is you get real world experience and you get paid for it. So not only do you get to graduate with a degree, but you get to graduate with a loaded resume. You really can experiment with doing co-op. So if you want to stay with the same job, with the same company for the 4 work terms, you can grow within that company. Or if you want to just experiment, see if you like the public sector or the private sector or vice versa, you really have that opportunity within co-op. If you want to find out if your program that you're interested in has co-op, I would just recommend you look up the course sequence. So you do biology, course sequence UOttawa, click on the first link, scroll to the bottom, and you'll see that it has cooperative education or it doesn't. It's that simple. Also, we do have a video coming up in the next couple of weeks about co-op where we'll be able to dive into the details of it. So stay tuned for that. So our next question comes from @_shotties, and they're asking, is it possible to take marketing and criminology specialization/minor? So I'm going to suspect that you're asking whether or not you can go ahead and do a specialization in marketing and you want to add a minor in criminology. When you look at the course sequence for the Bachelor of Commerce in Marketing, you'll see that you only have 5 electives available that can be taken outside of your faculty. With the minor in criminology, you need 10 electives. So you won't be able to add the minor. That being said, if that is your passion, by all means, just take all criminology courses, or maybe you want to shake it up, take a little psychology courses. It's really up to you, but you won't be able to add the minor, but you'll be able to take the classes for sure. Our next question comes from William Chamoun, and they're asking, can I switch from English version of a program to its French version? So here at the University of Ottawa, obviously we are a bilingual university, which means that we have English and French equivalent programs. So essentially, if you're in the English program or you're in the French program and you want to switch to the other language, it honestly doesn't necessarily make a difference because a lot of the classes are equivalent in terms of whether you take it in English or you take it in French. So at the end of the day, you'll be graduating with the same degree. And at the University of Ottawa, you can actually print your degree in either English or in French. So it does not make a difference if you're in one or the other because it is the same thing. Our next question comes from Wael Al-Khoury, and they're asking, is biomedical sciences the same as biomedical biology? So here at the university, we do have a program called Biomedical Sciences, and we also have a biology program. So it's not called biomedical biology. The big difference between the two is in biology, you're looking at the integration of knowledge between molecules to ecosystems, and you'll be taking classes such as organismal biology. You will be taking chemistry as well, animal form and function, ecosystems, etc. And then in biomedical sciences, you're definitely looking to focus on more human function as well as other animals, but you're looking at classes such as the basic sciences, so chemistry as well as biology, but then you'll also be taking classes such as anatomy, so you're looking at the inner workings of the body. So those are the 2 differences between those programs. There are other schools that might have biomedical biology and might do it differently, but that's how we do it here at UOttawa. So our last question today is, how do you know you're choosing the right program? So I can give you guys 2 tips for this. So obviously, I chose psychology, and like I said earlier, I looked at the description of the courses on my course sequence, also all the other courses that I could be taking as electives, and I was just really, really interested in it. You're interested in the program when you get excited over the course description. And secondly, I would say to look at the experiences that you get with the program. So for me, after high school, I really wanted to get involved in research, and UOttawa is a research-intensive university, so I knew I'd be able to go ahead and get involved in child psychology research, which is basically what I'm doing right now. And all that being said, you know what's best for you. You will find the right program, and make sure you do your research and don't stress too much about it. I know it's easier said than done, but you will find the program that's right for you, and at the end of the day, you will have a great university experience. And lastly, before we end today, I wanted to introduce you to tips from a Genie. Essentially, this is a new segment where you get tips from a Genie, and we'll be giving you different information about admissions, housing, different places to study on campus, and just general UOttawa information. So today's tip from a Genie is definitely to go check out our webpage, where you'll be able to find different virtual information sessions that are happening for you guys. We can't welcome you to our campus, but we can definitely welcome you to our webpage. So I definitely recommend that you go check it out. The link will be in the description down below. All right, that's it for me. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you have any more questions, feel free to leave them down in the comment section below, or you can message us on our different social media platforms. Also, stay tuned for next week's video, which will be about French immersion. See you later, Peachy GGs.